Welcome back to Sports Federation TV. We chatted to Clint Hendricks. We chatted to Sydney Gordon of kickboxing. We're now moving to softball. Remember that if you missed parts of the show, you can catch us tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock on the repeat and also on YouTube. Mr. Noor Nacerodien, President of Cape Town Softball, you well?
Very well, Elton. Nice to be here again.
Welcome back. Softball is having a big weekend tomorrow. Tell us a bit about what's happening.
Yeah, we raised the curtain with a lot of hopes, and now we're bringing the curtain down on this weekend. It's very appropriate. The two teams, there could be a sharing of the spoils, or there could be one of them winning the double Saturday and Sunday, so we don't know where we're heading in the top of the Women's League. It's knockouts on Sunday, and true to the form, there's very few that's going to win the double, because like in the major league, the top team play the bottom team in the final. Yes. So it's a normal knockout scenario we have on Sunday.
And softball in general, what's it been like? We'll explore the fixtures in a bit. What has softball been like in this past season? I mean, you guys have been through a bit of restructuring. You've changed the name from Western Province Softball to Cape Town Softball. With this whole new committee, how's the feeling been?
Look, it's been very good. We've had excellent support from our membership. Yes, it can never go smooth and there's something wrong. So we're obviously looking forward to the relationships which have been built very well with Cape Town Sports Council, with the Western Cape government, with the city. So our partnerships have gone through the roof, really. We'll talk about the NPC later on. In terms of the administration, I think we've done extremely well, but let the membership talk rather. Thus far they've been talking and they've praising us for the way we've done our administration this year. So
I mean, you have a very active Facebook page that never stops.
Yeah, no,
which is a good thing.
It is a good thing. It never stopped. Everybody now wants to jump on there. I even had to change the settings to say I need to approve whatever people put on there. You know, a Facebook page like that is for positive things only. So I've decided to start approving things, and I don't stop. I don't not approve things. Thus far I didn't have to do it. But our results are logs regularly, which is a lot of praise on our technical director for really getting things going in that way.
Definitely, because people only way you find about fixtures is potentially through the club.
Yep.
And now with your Facebook page, people can actually come and watch softball and plan their weekend, because your fixtures are out a week, 2 weeks in advance, which is
Look,
great.
the clubs had the fixtures for quite a while. We try to do it in bulk, but there's always changes.
Yes.
Allocations of umpires gets done week by week still. So yes, but it's there. So even the logs, every week the logs get uploaded so they can keep track of their favorite team or their own team for that matter. Yeah.
Do you find that being on social media has impacted softball in a significant way?
Look, it has. I've also, the Softball South Africa one is also my one. There's nearly 2,000 members on that one. So we keep the country through, via Cape Town, we're keeping the country going really. So it's good that there's only one. There shouldn't be an ownership, even if I started this thing, but there should only be one. If 10 people is going to have their own little page, it's going to defeat the whole object of getting people informed. Yeah.
Because then you have the different factions talking about this, that, and the other, which is not what it's about.
Look, a lot of clubs got their own page, which is also good, but they link to the Cape Town one, so it works wonders thus far.
In terms of performance within the broader spectrum of Cape Town softball, what's it been like over this year? Has the level improved? Have you seen that more clubs have been participating, and do you anticipate it growing?
Look, there's more teams. However, there's also two that went dormant, but for whatever reasons. One of them is Atlantis, Omega, who just recently said they can't anymore because it's very expensive to travel from Atlantis. But there's been an increase right through to our men. So yes, maybe the media has played a big role for us this year. It's the first time, for as long as I can remember, we're in the Argus as well. So yes, this television station. So yes, it plays a big role in getting it out there. You know, we're linking up with the schools nicely. There's the Western Cape that so softball is in for bigger things as we go forward.
And do you think that next year, or are there plans in next year, 2 years time, to decentralize softball, or do you think it will always stay within the metro, within Turfel
We're basically
complex.
starting next year. We've already got our plans where we're looking to start at the youth level, because I'm sure we can treble our youth, if not more. The problem with the youth is every Saturday morning they have to come from wherever to Turfel. So if you look at the northern suburbs, the city and provincial government built a softball field there. So if you take the teams in that area and let the youth play there, the
Yes.
sport will grow. People don't want to see a club practice, they want to see games.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we want to do all over. you
I mean,
know.
yeah, and that purely sprung out of your comment about Omega pulling out the league because it's too far.
It's too
So
far.
if you decentralize it to a point, or parts of it,
Yeah.
I'm sure softball will grow, like it used to be in the old days.
Look, it's going to grow in different aspects of
Yeah.
the sport. We were just discussing Masters. We formalized Masters the other night. And there's 2 players in St. Martin's, 2 in Tygerberg, 2 in Bella. Why not have Northern Suburb Masters?
Yes.
You know, group them together, and then that's, instead of them sitting at home, they can then be active. And your numbers grow.
For sure.
And if your numbers grow, you know, there's probably some good guy out there that will say, this is a big code, you know, they're nearly as big as rugby, so let's back them as well.
Let's give them a couple of cash.
Yeah,
Noor, take us through the fixtures of this weekend, because I know you're dying to tell us about. I mean, you've got from.
Let's look at the Super League. Let's look at the Women's Super League. I think there's a lot of interest there. Things have happened in this last week that Saturday's last league encounter could go both ways.
Who are the 2 teams?
Glenthorne just needs to draw to win the title. I think it's the 5th year in a row. But if they lose to Falcons, Falcons win the title because they will tie on points. But because of the 3 games, Falcons won 2 of the 3.
Yes.
Then the 2 teams meet again on Sunday in the knockout final, which is a repeat of last year. Again, Falcons is the holders.
Yes.
So there's a chance that they will share the spoils, one each, but there's a chance that there'll be double winners either in knockout or in league. So it's quite interesting there. What's very interesting throughout is if you look at the men, Hamiltons haven't lost a game. They lost 1 game
Sure.
in the knockout semi-finals. So they're not even in, they're not in the final. And so it goes right down in our 9 knockout finals that we have on Sunday. That there's only one other chance, and that's in the 3rd league, I think. No, in the men's men's 1st division, there's a chance of a double. Otherwise, it's like top team play the bottom team in the women's major. In the women's 2nd, my memory, Falcons play Devonshire. That's number 6 and 7 in the league at the
Sure.
moment. You know, so it's like the FA Cup here.
It's
you know,
anybody's game.
Anybody's
Yeah.
game. You know, it's a once off and that's it.
What
you know.
time is the games kick off on Saturday and Sunday?
We're playing it like we do every year. We're playing 4 games at 10, 3 games at 12, and then we have the little gap for the 2 big games. Hoppers 2 will be the women and Hoppers 4 the men. Every year we alternate those 2.
Okay.
Who plays the later game. So last year it was the women, this year it will be the men. Yeah.
And that all happens at Turfel
That's
this weekend.
all at Turfel.
Okay. Tell us a bit briefly about this NPC you touched on.
Yeah, this is normal. Our curtain comes down in Cape Town and a day or so later we leave for nationals. We are leaving on Monday. The technical guys are leaving on Monday. What's big about technical, there are 6 umpires being evaluated, 2 for international status and 4
Nice.
for national status. So hopefully even that will add to the successful
Yes.
season. They mustn't disappoint us. They're watching now. But then we are going fully fledged Western Cape. All right. Although the team, yes, is Cape Town based, but with all those players, both squads have committed to developing the game in the rural areas within the month of May, June.
Okay.
So we've got them down to a contract basically to say all your costs are covered now for the first time
Nice.
forever, as far as I know. All your costs are covered, but this is the deal. We're going to develop the other 5 districts as part of the deal.
Where does the team go to?
It's Limpopo, Polokwane. The tournament runs from Thursday to Sunday because Monday's a holiday.
Yes.
So it's normally Wednesday to Saturday, but because we've got this extra holiday on Monday, it's
And people
Thursday
can
to
catch it on your Facebook page?
Yes, last year, if you remember, I even followed it ball by
Yep.
ball. I'm going to try my utmost again this year.
Noor, thank you. We'll look forward to catching up with some of the results this weekend.
We hope
Posted
to
onto-
see you there and all those. You know, we've invited quite a lot of people to come and enjoy.
I will be
the
there,
day.
don't worry.
I know that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Sadly, we've come to the end of the show. We don't have much on our community diary because you need to be posting onto the Western Cape sports fixtures and results page so we can get information about what events are happening this weekend and weekends to come. So go onto the Facebook page, post your information so we can talk about your event and potentially come and support your event. All that's left for me to say is catch our show tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock or catch the repeats and the highlights on YouTube in the coming weeks. Have an amazing weekend. Play hard, be safe. See you next week, Friday, 9 o'clock. Cheers.